Welcome to Random Sing channel. If you want to listen all the previous episode, click the top right hand in the video. Let's continue. Episode 15. The hunt begins. The episode begins in Z City at Bang's dojo, where a beaten and bruised Cherenko lies motionless on the floor. Bang urges him to keep fighting due to him being in the dojo for 6 months, but when Cherenko doesn't stand, Bang shames him for not being able to learn any martial arts and kicks him out of the dojo, telling him to never return. Later, Cherenko is seen talking in Saitama's apartment with Genos. When Genos asks Cherenko about what happened to him, Cherenko explains how Bang suddenly beat him senseless while stating it was a lesson. King, Fubuki, and Saitama can be seen doing their own thing. Genos inquires whether Bang's strange behavior is linked with Garou's recent rampage at the Hero Association and theorizes Bang wanted Cherenko to leave in order to keep him safe from Garou's wrath. When Genos asks Saitama over the recent events, Saitama's only thoughts are on Bang's hero name, Silverfang, and ponders how it is far cooler sounding than Caped Baldy. As Cherenko leaves and walks around, he thinks how he himself had been holding Bang back from doing the right thing. As he thinks of what he would do to Garou, he hears Garou himself in the distance, talking with Mumen Rider. Mumen Rider, thinking Garou is a fan of him, is shocked that Garou plans to hunt heroes, starting with him. As Garou states his intention of being a monster, Tanktop Vegetarian arrives with the Tanktop army, seeking revenge for the previous day. Garou quickly punches him and proceeds to attack the rest of the group when Tanktop Master himself arrives, punching Garou away. As an excited Garou sees an S-class hero in the battle, Tanktop Master punches the ground, splitting the concretes, unbalancing Garou, and proceeds to charge and ram Garou with his famous Tanktop tackle. As the Tanktop army marvels at their leader's strength, Garou lands from being launched in the air but bleeds from the hit. Seeing Garou survive, Tanktop Master ponders whether Garou is really human. Back in the dojo, Bang stands by himself before his brother, Bomb, arrives. Bang thanks his older brother for taking the time to help him but states how in the years past since he defeated and banished Garou, how much stronger and more dangerous Garou is now. Back in the battle, Tanktop Master continues to beat Garou with more attacks. He wonders how despite being human, he feels an urge to kill him as a monster. Before landing the final punch on Garou, Mumen Rider runs in and takes the punch himself. As he gets up, he reprimands Tanktop Master for attempting to kill a human as a hero. A shocked Tanktop Master agrees and feels guilty, though his Tanktop army argues that it was Garou who instigated a fight with them. Stating the fight was over, Tanktop Master tells a bloodied and bruised Garou to leave and never cause trouble again. As Garou walks away, faking his remorse, he stops and states that he'll kill them all anyway. Expecting his attitude, Tanktop Master lands a blow on Garou. Garou swings around and unwittingly performs the water stream rock smashing fist martial art. Despite hating the technique as it reminds him of his former master Bang, he uses it to great effect and brings Tanktop Master to his knees in mere seconds. As Garou taunts the injured S-class hero, he states that it will be his job as the human monster to defeat heroes. Tanktop Master hears his name, Garou the human monster, and urges him to spare his group. Mumen Rider tries to ram his bike at Garou but is grabbed by the neck and mercilessly pummeled to the ground, breaking his helmet and bloodying his face. Garou then speeds around the Tanktop army and with his superior martial arts and speed, he brutally beats them all in a display of skill, speed, and violence. A nearby Cherenko hears the carnage and finally tries to beat Garou by using water stream rock smashing fist, but is defeated anyway. In the morning, Bang and Bong sees the damage Garou has done and remark on where he will strike next. Bang sees a beaten Cherenko on the ground, his last pupil trying to end the problem he himself created. 3 C-class heroes walk around trying to find Garou. 2 of them, Studus and Hayatoko, are unnerved at the news Garou defeated an S-class hero, but the third, Red Nose, pushes their worries aside, stating Garou is only a human. As they try to reason and say that Garou is a former student of Bang, Red Nose confidently shows of his own martial arts technique. As he demonstrates how he will beat Garou, Garou himself shows up behind them, beating them off screen. Saitama visits Mumen Rider in the hospital with some bananas to cheer him up. Mumen Rider expresses gratitude that Saitama showed up to visit him. Saitama states how the incident is all over the Hero Association newspaper, and Mumen Rider explains how despite being human, Garou was more skilled and dangerous than even the Deep Sea King. Tanktop Master joins the conversation and says how it was his martial arts skills that defeated them. Saitama wonders who the stranger who joined them is and recognizes him as the one who got his ass beaten the most. Tanktop Master angrily states he was holding his ground but is calmed and composed when Saitama offers him a banana. Meanwhile, Terio, a lonely kid, is reading a book in a playground when Garou suddenly appears. Garou takes interest in his book and Terio explains it was a guide about different heroes and monsters in the past. Garou tries to borrow the book, but Terio stingily refuses. A short while later, he notices how it states when specific heroes go to certain places at certain times and use the information to continue his hero hunt. Tanktop Master explains to Saitama how while most monsters use their energy in a frenzied attack to do damage, Garou specifically uses techniques and skills to bring down opponents by targeting vulnerable weak points. His martial arts allow him to do more damage than what he receives. Saitama then visits Cherenko in the hospital and tells him about his intentions to learn martial arts and get better. Cherenko instead antagonizes him about how he can't begin martial arts as someone who knows not even the basics and principles, suggesting he go to Bang since Bang already wanted Saitama to become a student of him. As Saitama leaves, saying that Cherenko was useless, the latter begs him to return and gives him a ticket to the Super Fight martial arts competition he entered. Cherenko tells him that as he is injured he can't attend, but the ticket allows entry into the stadium and that Saitama can watch the fights. Saitama ignores him and stares at the prospect of the 3 million yen prize to the final champion. At a bar, Garou attempts to goad the A-class hero Golden Ball into a fight, even rudely destroying his beer pint in order to get to him. Eventually, Golden Ball leads him to a dark alleyway to fight. As Garou says how as drunk as he is, Golden Ball won't defeat him. He is caught off guard by a shaped memory Golden Ball that grazes his cheek. Stating that the hero hunter is nothing compared to him, Golden Ball ricochets another shot that hits Garou's right leg. Frustrated at Garou's continually boasting, Golden Ball unleashes his Golden Breakout move, firing multiple shots that ricochet around the alley. Garou dodges the projectiles with minimal effort, shocking the A-class hero and eventually brings all the projectiles down with blocks and kicks. Without any more ammo left, Golden Ball is left at the mercy of Garou's wrath when Spring Mustachio arrives. When Garou states that swinging a sword in a cramped area would disadvantage him, Golden Ball advises Spring Mustachio that Garou's leg is injured, slowing him down. Spring Mustachio forces Garou back with frenzied sword swings and manages to position Garou for his tomboy finishing move. Garou, instead of being defeated, allows the sword to pierce his hand, shocking Spring Mustachio and defeating him in a single punch to the face. Garou states how the hero guide's contents lists their finishing moves and allowed him to defeat them. when Golden Ball states him not to get too cocky, that someone will eventually beat him, Garou responds by saying he will get stronger and stronger and will be as cocky as he wants to be. In the city, Saitama, a sleazy worker of the Hero Association, is walking with two young girls at his side, saying how as a worker of the Hero Association, it is his job to maintain peace. He states how he may allow the girls to see Sweet Mask, their idol, if they kiss his cheeks. When the girl feels unsure, Garou arrives behind them and states how he wants to see Sweet Mask too, kisses his fist before punching Saitama unconscious. Garou walks around, stating to himself how great it felt to beat those class heroes, and now he feels like stepping in poop for beating that pathetic Hero Association worker, stating that his pathetic boasting makes him sick. As Garou walks around, he hears Saitama behind him. Saitama has found a wig, stating how he finally found you. Thinking Saitama is just a low-level hero, trying to gain attention for beating Garou, he attempts to silence Saitama with a swift chop to the shoulder, cracking the ground at the bottom of his feet. Garou becomes shocked that his strike did nothing. Saitama asks him if Garou is trying to rob him and returns with a chop of his own, bringing Garou down and knocking him unconscious from the sheer force. As Garou falls to the floor, Saitama buys the wig as part of his Cherinko disguise. In a post-credit scene, Genos sees Saitama put on a wig. Worried about Saitama's bold crisis, Genos calls Dr. Husino and asks about synthetic hair implants for his master. Saitama tries to reason with Genos, stating how the wig is for the martial arts competition he is entering today. If you like this episode, make sure to hit like and subscribe to us for listening more episode.